let's move on. And the Accra-Tema Motorway has now been caught up in the urban sprawl that has been interacting with both drivers and pedestrians who fear more lives will be lost if nothing is done about the situation. Right after this, we have an amazing band joining us. They're called Kanya, and they'll be serenading us until about 9 o'clock. So do stay tuned and enjoy.
It is a hot afternoon, and I'm on the Klagon section of the Tema Motorway. About 100 meters away from where I'm standing is a young female student. She's carrying what is popularly called the Ghana Must Go bag. She has been standing there for the past 10 minutes. Like many others, she's waiting until a safer time to cross. The young lady I later got to know as Betty Kote, a 16-year-old second-year SHS student. Betty's friend Vanessa, who was also a student, died on this section of the motorway. She was on her way to school. Thoughts of that crash, she tells me, makes her very nervous whenever she comes across the highway.
It's very dangerous because the cars are moving very fast and none are ready to allow us cross. So I think if they head down.
Well, you need a cocktail of guts and courage to be able to cross this busy section of the motorway here at Klagon. Majority of the residents I've been speaking to, they tell me about the daily risk of crossing the motorway here at this section. Many of the vehicles are speeding beyond 100 kilometers per hour. Many of the residents here tell me it's dangerous for them to cross this busy section of the motorway.
So that's 12 hours.
I've met another young lady, Beauty Doe. She sells biscuits and drinks at the Klagon lorry station. The woman who used to sell very close to her was one Hajia. Hajia used to sell cola nuts at the station. She was killed some months ago when she tried to cross the motorway to her home.
It was Saturday. Me, I said from Monday to Saturday. So Saturday, we are all here from Monday to Saturday. So Saturday when she came, we were all here, we chat, we play, we do things, and we are like, oh, today you look beautiful, like a joke. So normally she closed around 5 to 6 that way, and she left. But as for me, I closed around 8. So the next day, Sunday, she's a good woman. She used to advise me and some kind of things. And if you are here, people are passing, they didn't dress well. She talk about it and those things. Crossing motorway there, it's very dangerous because this place is a highway and human beings supposed to cross, but because of the environment and now this place is developing, so. And because of these stations, so a lot of people used to alight there and cross and come and pick a car here. A lot of life have been lost on this road. A lot. Motor, car, and those things. A lot.
A lot of communities have sprung up very close to the sides of the motorway. That wasn't the case decades ago when it was constructed. Here in this Klagon community, which lies very close to the motorway, we've been here for the past 4 hours, and many of the residents we've been interacting with here seem to know someone who was knocked down and killed by a car whilst crossing the motorway. They are calling on authorities to do something about the situation.
Drivers who ply the Tema Motorway are equally concerned about the dangers involved. They say it is more dangerous at night, especially at poorly lit sections of the highway. One of them told me how he skidded off into a bush when he tried to avoid knocking down a man who was in black clothes and crossing at a dark section of the road. Emmanuel Wood is a driver. He says 2 weeks ago he had to carry a woman who was knocked down to the hospital.
For the motorway is a busy road. Whoever uses the motorway is either on assignment, and actually we are not supposed to cross the motorway. But these days, see, there are buildings around. There are buildings around. So, and then the traffic too. The traffic is the main reason why people used to go stop and stop the coming cars too, so that you can cross. Otherwise, that's you don't know, because somebody will stop, the other one to coming from other side wouldn't know somebody is crossing, and there will be an accident. She was a lady. Yeah, she was a lady crossing from the other side to this place. She didn't watch, and the car knocked her. I'm the person who carried her to the hospital. Yeah, so it was, and she wasn't only that lady. Almost every week, on the motorway, almost every week.
Many of such illegal pedestrian crossings are as a result of the residential communities that have sprung up on the sides of the motorway, especially around the Abattoir area, the Manette area, the Tetekwashi interchange, some meters away from the Accra Mall. Here at the Tetekwashi interchange, most pedestrians chew caution to the wind as they cross the road. Some motor riders have also taken advantage of the situation to do unapproved U-turns. General Secretary of the Ghana Private Roads and Transport Union at Shashi and its Legon branch, Obed Tando, says the situation is worrying to drivers who have to be careful not to run into persons crossing. He says they have witnessed many of such situations.
It's a highway, so definitely on the motorway, when the cars are passing by, some people attempt to cross to the mall, and they wanted to use the motorway, and through that, as you know, it's a motorway, definitely it happens. So some few years back, especially let's say 2018, 2019, it was rapid happening. It was happening. So as a union, we were then taxi. Okay, so when they come, we tell them to pick drop-in. But then some of them going to the mall have to pick drop-in 10 cities, 5 cities here and there. It was difficult for them, so in a way they wanted to cross. Before they realized they are knocked down by a vehicle. Sometimes even because the way people park around, we realized that when the interchange was being constructed, it was part of it, but we don't know how it happens. But it is very advisable that it might be, because now many people from Shashi, when they want to go to work at Spinters, there's no Spinters station here. So they cross from Shashi, they will still cross the motorway. People, students, they'll cross the motorway to go to 37 Airport to go to school. So I think if there is a footbridge, it's going to help.
Inshallah. I have a lot of stations.
Mohammed Tijani is an Okada rider. He has witnessed many deaths during these illegal crossings on the Tema Motorway.
Some girl be students. She come from some place. She want to cross a road. I think somebody called her. She was even called before she realized the car knocked her go up before she, but she no die. But the first girl, she dead. Even she stomach things all come out. Wow. I'm the one, Tijani Mohammed. Police people come, even if I'm the one go buy rubber and put her inside. At the same time, at the toe, some trailer knocked some guy in head all scatter. I think the police people came, they called me, chairman. They think the guy was a Okada rider. No, he's not a Okada rider. He's one of the dispatch riders. But fortunately, far as they ride a motorbike, I quickly go find a robber. The police people came there. I think that day they no get gloves. I'm the one who go buy the polythene bag and put the guy inside the polythene bag. Even I carry the guy with motor care to General Hospital. The guy was dead. Yeah.
It's a motorway. The vehicles will obviously continue to speed, and the crossings will continue to pose a danger to everyone.